Yo, what is going on, everyone in the crypto space? Thank you guys for tuning in the channel today. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to update you guys a little more on this, I don't know, potentially huge breakout that could be happening in the next couple of months. Really, this special triangle does kind of end around March-ish, so who really knows when this would actually happen. But the thing I want to update you guys on is that basically we are starting to creep down towards this support level, or this trend line, I should say, right here. As you can see in the previous video in the past, that this trend line is very, very well respected over the last 2 years on XRP. And again, just to reiterate my point, this formation right here was the kind of the similar scenario that we're in right now, where the highs get, the highs get lower, lows get higher, all that nonsense, right? But what's really more important here is how, just want to make the point that the trend line is very well respected. And we can say the same exact thing for this one. We've tried to break this many times in the past, and it just has never happened. So guys, again, end of symmetrical triangle. It's only got about 2 months left in it, and it's either going to break up to the upside or break to the downside, but again, we don't know to what scale that's going to happen. We can see here the last video I made, which was why I think an XRP bull run is going to be happening soon, is because, or no, well, one aspect of the video was where we went over the charts right here, and it was just some consolidation. But now we just got this nice little red candle popping up here, bringing us into the high the high 30-cent range. Not like 39 cents, but I mean like, 30 cents, but like 30.9 or whatever. But then we have another little red one starting to kind of creep up. And guys, we are most likely going to be testing this trend line. We're really close to it. We're only like a 1 cent drop from it. And here's the really significant thing, guys. This is not only like a very well-respected trend line. This trend line also, they could also hit this trend line, but before it's going to pass that, it's going to be passing that that kind of emotional level of 30 cents right here. So it's definitely, in my opinion, because of this big red candle, and we are Sunday, in the weekends, trading volumes are kind of lower, again, more exposed to volatility. In my opinion, we're probably going to be testing this trend line probably over the next couple of days, in my opinion. I don't know if we're going to break through. I don't know if we're going to bounce off it. I am hoping for a bounce, because if we could see a bounce off this trend line, that would just, confirm it, like 9 times in a row, with the past of XRP. So hopefully we can bounce it. But basically, guys, yeah, we're getting pretty close. The whole market is starting to kind of shift down, and XRP is really close to this trend line. However, I do not think it's bad because it's going down, because this is going to allow us to test that trend line and start making moves back up to this bad boy that we really have had trouble breaking in the past. But if we break this could be the real key to some bullish action on XRP. So basically, yeah, guys, we're only like a 1 cent drop from the emotional. So we kind of got two things going on here. We're only like less than a cent drop away from hitting that, that 30 cents emotional level. When I talk about emotional levels, we're more like, I think they're more called psychological levels, is when it like breaks that even number, like 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents. You always see some resistance before it, goes further into that range of the new number. But yeah, we're really not too far away from hitting that 30 cent range, as well as that trend line is literally right below the 30 cents. So what I'm really hoping for, what I am really hoping for, is XRP can kind of, take its own toll and not really follow the rest of the market, because the market's we're probably going to see Bitcoin maybe go down to like 2% probably later in the day. That's just my opinion. But what we really want to see here is, I want to see XRP go down and just bounce off that 30 cent range. Even better if it could pass through the 30 cent and then hit this trend line right here. If we bounce off this trend line, oh man, I'm going to be so thankful. That's what we're really looking next for, guys, in kind of the TA spectrum, is that we really want to bounce that trend line. And guys, I honestly think we even have a good chance of testing this overnight while we're asleep, essentially. But if we can have this candle come down here and just respect the heck out of this trend line and start making moves back up, I think that might be a good sign that we could actually break to the upside. Because what's essentially going to be happening here is it's going to try to break down, but the big 30-cent question is it going to break through this trend line and hit newer lows, or are we going to respect this trend line and then approach the approach this trend line right here, which we're going to have a lot of trouble breaking because in the past we just can't break it. So essentially, guys, we're really not too far away from testing this trend line. Let's see if we zoom out a bit. You can see it's like a very small movement to where we test that, and I am just praying, I am just hoping that we can bounce this trend line and pop out of this symmetrical triangle and just get to some new levels, because man, I am in need for some green, I'll tell you what. However, at the same time, this guy A. Pompiliano, he is a Bitcoin maximalist, but he does say some very, he does make some very good statements about the cryptocurrency market. And one quote he put out today was, you make most of your money in the bear market, you just don't realize it at the time. And he says, time will tell who was scared and who really believed. And this guy, Michael, he kind of comes up and provides his insight, which I think is also very factual as well. It says maximum risk at all-time high. Like, hollow coins pumping right now. I'm not like crapping on the coin or anything, because I know a good amount of people in the XRP community are starting to get into that, because it's been like rallying, 10, 15, 20% every single day. But again, when you're buying at all-time highs, that's the maximum risk for loss. But except when you're at a low point like we are right now in this bear market, the maximum opportunity resides at the lowest level. So that's where you make most of your money in the bear market. And that's why I already know you guys are accumulating at these low levels. You got to take advantage of XRP at these low prices, build up your war chest. Because what's the good thing is if you keep, if you're financially, if you're financially, viable to, put more money in, that's, you're not investing more than you can afford to lose the course, if you just put in, more money, let's say, you set up a schedule where once a month you buy like $200-$300 worth of XRP. That's where if you build up your, if you build up your bags more and more over time during this bear market and really take advantage of it, because again, this is the maximum like financial opportunity with the least amount of risk is at the bottom. So really, if you build up your bags over time, what you're going to notice is that XRP doesn't need to go as high for you to kind of, hit your goals essentially. So really cool stuff there. But yeah, in bear markets, guys, and when we're hitting new lows, this is where the financial opportunity is at its maximum and the risk is at a minimum. So again, it's the best time to buy. But why people won't buy sometimes is because of the fear of essentially just the Wall Street cycle of, oh, it's just going to keep going lower, it's never going to go back up again. That kind of emotional thing, rather than taking the step back and looking at the logical side, which is this is the maximum financial opportunity. And I want to let you guys know on a little secret. The lowest point I ever bought into XRP was right here. And it was freaking way low, 12 cents. And I'm kind of mad I didn't put a lot in. I only put like, I think it was, like $50 a Bitcoin or whatever. But I remember when XRP, it was just nice and at 20 cents. But then all of a sudden it went ahead and dropped down to 12, and I'm like, you know what, screw it, it's hecka cheap, I'm buying it, and look what happens shortly after, it's hitting some new highs. So really cool stuff there. Again, guys, bear markets, they are kind of a blessing in disguise, because again, that's where you got the most financial opportunity. And guys, I am just hoping we can bounce off this trend line, because then that would just, confirm that it's not breaking through it, and we have more of a chance of breaking to the upside. And guys, I am just fiending for some green. I am missing seeing green on Blockfolio. I haven't even like tapped into the app in like over a couple months now, because I already know it's in the red essentially. But I'm really ready for the next bull run, I'll tell you guys that. So hopefully we can bounce this trend line and break out of this thing and just hit some, you know what I mean, just hit those high levels of, man, yeah, just break those new highs. Also, one thing I was kind of theorizing, I want to let you guys know about, one scenario that might be possible. Let's say theoretically, we break out of the symmetrical triangle. I'm saying theoretically, I'm not even like thinking this is going to really happen. I'm just, there is a chance though, you got to acknowledge it. Let's say we do break up, and we do break the heck out of this thing, and we're just on another rally. If we do rally and reach the all-time high and pull back and then test that resistance again, we could see us even going further, and that would essentially be like a cup and handle formation. So really, I mean, the possibilities here are pretty open. But again, guys, it's really going to matter in the next couple days. I just really don't want to break through that bottom line trend. We need to bounce off of it. So thank you guys for watching the video today. Hope you guys did enjoy the kind of little short-term TA update, because I'm going to be eyeing this triangle until we either break up or break down. So thank you guys for tuning in the video today. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, check the links in the description. If you do want to support the channel, get yourself a Nano S. Keep that cryptocurrency nice, safe, and offline. And I'll see you guys in the next one.